I'm the head women's soccer coach and also one of our directors of student success here. Just going to steal 5 minutes of your time and let you guys know a little bit about what we do, because we will do it with all students on campus. So over the summer, you should have gotten an email and or a phone call from one of the 3 directors of student success. So that would be myself, Jeff McNamara, or Carroll Irvin. There are 3 of us that work in the Office of Student Success, which is in Voorhees. Our job is basically to help you guys with anything that you need. So it could be my class schedule is messed up and I need help. It could be biology's hard and I need a tutor, roommate issues, financial aid, anything that you guys have a question about that you don't know where to go, come find us. Hopefully you've gotten emails over the summer about doing a survey that's really going to help us tailor your experience while you're here. So if you haven't done that, make sure that you go online and do it. It's under your portal. Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about? And I'm referring to the freshmen, upperclassmen, not you guys. So any incoming students should have gotten that, whether you're a transfer or a freshman. So make sure that you guys fill out that survey, because that's going to really help us track you guys and make sure you're having a good experience. But our job is to make sure that you guys get out of here and graduate in 4 years and have a really good academic experience while you're here. So me being on the athletic side of things as well, if you guys are having any issues with, practice conflicting with the class, or you're struggling to communicate with the professor, just let us know and we'll do anything that we can to help you. All your coaches will have, easy ways to contact me, and then again, my office is in Voorhees and you guys can come stop by anytime. I'm sure the majority of you will get one of us reaching out to you as we kick off the school year. But in the meantime, good luck with preseason, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to sit some paperwork on the end. Leave it. Don't touch it. Keep the person on the end. All right, next person up is Steve Staub, our director, our athletic training director.
Almost an athletics director?
I almost did. I got to inspire myself.
All right. Like Mr. Baker said, my name is Steve Staub. I'm the head athletic trainer. This is starting my 11th year here at Carroll. I am an alum of Carroll, so certainly a huge fan of what you guys do. I've been in your shoes. I was a former student athlete. And respect what you're able to do both on and off the field. Okay. My job is to get you, when you are injured, back onto the field as safely and as quickly as we can. Okay. So please don't ever hesitate if you've got something going on physically, okay, to come talk to one of us. Like Mr. Baker said, I do want to spend as little time talking about this stuff as I can, but I do want to go through a few policies, procedures, some of the paperwork that's in front of you, okay, and who we are and what we do, okay. There are 2 of us, certified athletic trainers, myself and Tracy Friedel, who's sitting at the top, backed by Coach Mobley, okay. This is her first year back with us. She was a grad assistant 5 or 6 years ago with us, so she's familiar with who we are and what we do. Okay, so we welcome her back. We've got a bunch of student athletic trainers that will be working with us. Some of them are you guys sitting here today. All right, they are here to get hands-on experience in their chosen major future profession. Okay. You can talk to either Tracy or I, all right? You can talk to one of the students will then get us involved, okay? One thing I do ask is that you respect everyone involved. We've also got Dr. John England back for, I think this is his 6th year with us. He's a wonderful, wonderful sports medicine doctor, a lot of experience with sideline work and working in collegiate sports medicine. He knows that you guys are here, 1 as a student, but 2 as athletes. Okay, he does not unnecessarily hold you up. If he thinks it is safe for you to be out on the field, he will allow you to do so. Okay, and that's our model too. So don't hesitate to come talk to any of us. If you do want to see our doctor for whatever you have going on, just work with us first. Okay, don't just come in and ask to see him. You got to go through one of us. All right, with the facilities, okay, as you've seen, we've got a lot of construction going on. We are temporarily displaced, okay? It's a minor inconvenience for the really nice athletic training room and locker room facilities that we're going to have in just a few short months. All right? But with this renovation going on, it's going to be a little bit of controlled chaos for the next couple months. Okay? If you are an outdoor sport, okay, women and men's tennis, soccer, anyone else that's outside, please use the Team Center athletic training room. Okay? And volleyball, you guys can use Van Male athletic training room, and what we've got set up right now is in one of the corners of the gym is where we've got a temporary workstation. Okay? That's how we're going to start the year. If we need to make some changes because one area is overwhelmed versus another area, we'll do that kind of on the fly. All right? So bear with us as we try and get some of that figured out. And we'll talk about some timing things as we go. All right? So before you can practice, all right, many of you, all of you should have been getting emails from me all summer. Have you got your paperwork filled out? Did you do the online stuff? Did you get your physical turned in? This is what you need to have, okay? You need to have a physical, which included your health history that you shared with your doctor. You have to give us a copy of your insurance card. You are responsible for your own medical costs, and insurance is a way of making sure that you keep your costs down. Okay? There was a sickle cell form. Either you showed your results, probably from as a newborn, all right, or you signed the waiver. And I'm going to show you the video that goes along with that waiver in just a few minutes. Okay? And then there was a bunch of online stuff through the Sportswear, swol123.net. Okay? If you have not done so yet, you need to get all of this stuff done before you can practice. Okay? And this is not just to be a pain, but this is to make sure that we are covered, we know all about you, we know everything that we need to know before you step foot onto the field or court. All right, so some simple policies. Whenever possible, try and shower, be as clean as you can coming in, because this is a shared space. We want to prevent any disease transmission and such from going from one team or one person to another. Okay, so try and be as clean as you can. I understand with the renovation going on, that's not always going to be possible. We'll do a good job making sure things are getting disinfected too. Okay? Sign in whenever you're using the athletic training room. This helps us keep track of who's coming in, who's going out, helps us compile injury reports, make sure that your coaches also know what's going on with you. Okay? Never take anything without asking. Whether it be, a simple Band-Aid to a water bottle, to a cooler, to my ice machine, whatever. Don't take it without asking. Okay, just let us know, hey, I'm in. Can you help me? Can I have one of these, and so forth. When you are in the athletic training room, use appropriate language. Okay, it's not your dorm room. You're not out with your friends. You are in a medical facility with other people around you. Okay, so know where you are, know the conversations that you're having, is it appropriate for that spot? Be respectful to staff, students, and other athletes, okay? Other athletes don't necessarily want to share their injuries or their issues that they're having, okay? It is a medical facility, just like you go to a doctor's office, you don't want to blurt out what's going on with you, you don't want to be asking other people why they're there, okay? We all have our own confidentiality that we want to keep. Okay, so just be aware of that, respect everyone involved, so forth. Report all injuries home and away if you're at an away event, away match, or what have you, okay? Something happens, as soon as you get back to campus, let us know. Okay, don't wait till the next week, don't wait for a month, don't wait for 6 months, all of a sudden, you've got this insurance claim, and your insurance company's not paying for it, and I don't know about it, therefore our insurance won't pay for it. You got to let us know these things right away. If you have to miss practice because you're not feeling well, or another injury, you're going home to see the doctor, whatever the case may be, again, let us know so we can communicate that to the coach. We all want to be on the same page. Okay? Our hours, we generally will treat injuries from 8:30 to 3, okay? Again, depending on your sport and your location. At 3 o'clock, our time is really focused on the athletes who are going to be on the field practicing that day. Okay? So if you are injured, you missed any practice or part of practice, you're expected to come in early where we can give you the right treatment with the appropriate amount of time. okay? We don't want to treat you 10 minutes before practice because now it's just a quick treatment, probably not going to be very beneficial. Okay, so give us the time to help you. Okay? If that time does not work, come talk to us, we'll figure something out. And we are generally open for about 30 minutes after the last practice. Okay, so after practice, we do appreciate your hustle in terms of getting showered, getting ice, getting everything that you need so that we can also go home and enjoy the day. Okay? All right, some of the things that people come in for a regular basis, I just want to make note of to make sure that you're taking care of yourself with these things is one, taping. Okay, a lot of people like to have their ankles taped. One, we try and cut back on the amount of tape that we go through. I will purchase an ankle brace for anyone who wants one. Okay, you just got to come talk to me so I can order them. If I order them on Monday, they'll be here by Wednesday. Okay. If you are going to get taped, we ask that you go through some prehab exercises to help prevent injuries by balancing and making sure that you're stretching the appropriate muscles. Okay. Ice bags, okay. Abigail, you should know this one. How long do we leave an ice bag in? Okay. All right. Just talked about that in class all summer. All right. If you take an ice bag, please only leave it on for 20 minutes. All right. I've seen a number of times over the last several years, people have left an ice bag on for an hour or longer because you don't eat, it becomes numb, you don't feel it. You go take a nap, whatever the case may be. Don't leave it on for any more than 20 minutes because you can cause frostbite or other tissue damage. Okay? When you are done with your ice bag, we try and help our custodial staff out by dumping the ice out before you throw the ice bag away. Okay? A garbage can full of full ice bags gets quite heavy, it starts to leak. We want to help everybody out on campus. Okay, so dump that ice out first before you throw it away. Ice baths. During the first 2 weeks here, we'll have some temporary ice baths set up down by the team center. There's 3 big tanks. Okay, everyone and anyone is welcome. The only thing we ask is that you shower first. Again, just to help anything that you may have on your skin, any bacteria, anything like that. If you have open wounds, we also want to make sure, or you shouldn't be in there with open wounds. Okay? Again, we don't want you to get an infection. Once we get to October, when the new facility opens, we'll have a nice big ice bath available that'll be ready to go anytime, any day. Okay, but for now, it's going to be for the first 2 weeks. All right, now we get into some of the health and safety topics that the NCAA wants us to cover. Concussion, sickle cell, cardiac screening, and the banned drug list. Okay, so the first one we'll talk about is your concussion. So if you take out this form, okay, and turn to page 3. Sorry, they're going to be a little bit out of order from what I have up on the screen. So concussion. All right, concussion is a brain injury. It's a mild traumatic brain injury. All right, we want to make sure, with all the attention that's given to concussions in the media right now, okay, with all sports, we want to make sure that we're giving you the best care possible when it comes to these injuries. All right, so when you identify them, either in yourself or more often another player, you need to bring that to our attention. All right, many of the concussions that we see are brought to our attention because of you guys reporting one of your teammates. All right, my teammate's not feeling well. They were complaining of this or that. All right, that's the best thing you can do for your friend or your teammate is report their injury to us so that we can get them the help that they need. Okay, so a concussion is caused by a blow to the head or to the body. It doesn't have to be directly to the head. You can fall on your back or your stomach, whatever the case may be, and it can cause enough force to kind of shake that brain around and cause a concussion. All right? The symptoms that you're going to see, okay, amnesia, confusion, headache, loss of consciousness, balance problems, double or fuzzy vision, sensitivity to light or noise, nausea, feeling sluggish, foggy, groggy, unusually irritable or other emotional problems that normally aren't there, okay? Slow reaction time, perhaps you're having trouble in class. Those are all things that would be a signal of a concussion. All right, so if you are experiencing those in yourself, or you notice those things in someone else, please bring that to our attention ASAP so we can get them help. Okay? When in doubt, it's better to let us check you out. Okay, rather than just try and hide it, it'll go away, it's just a headache. Okay? It is probably not just a headache. Okay? One of the really cool things that we're doing for the second year in a row is this concussion study with the Medical College of Wisconsin. All right, in this I'm going to be talking mostly to the soccer players. Last year we started this project where we baseline tested all of the soccer players and football players. This year we're adding lacrosse to it. The medical college came in, they baseline tested you, you received a check, right? Everybody got their check that did it last year? Perfect, okay, so I got you your first job. Okay, your mom and dad will be happy. You are paid for taking the baseline testing. It takes about 90 minutes, okay? In the event of an injury, we'll trigger their protocol. They'll come out for additional testing, and you'll also be paid for that time, okay? What is new this year is that you're going to be also going down to the medical college, and you're going to have an MRI done in the event of an injury, okay? None of this is at any cost to you. You are paid for all your travel time and the MRI time that you're in the tube and so forth, okay? Monday and Tuesday, the team will be here to do baseline testing on you. If you are new, if you were tested last year, you don't have to do it again this year. Shucks, you lose out on that $30 again. Okay? But those of you that are new will go through it this year. Okay? And this is part of a big, back in May, President Obama had announced $30 million towards concussion research, and they're using primarily NCAA athletes. Okay? It's primarily athletes of Big Ten, ACC, SEC, Pac-12, Big 12, 3 military academies, all big-time schools, and Carroll University. Okay, we're big time. We're with the big-time schools. Okay, we're only one of 4 Division III universities involved with this project. Okay, so it's a really neat thing. We're going to use these results to help direct some of our future practices, how we treat concussions, how do we identify concussions, and then what's the safe return to play criteria involved. Now with that, I've got in the soccer locker rooms, I've got your schedule posted. Make sure you look at that today, tomorrow, and Sunday, every day, so that you know what time you're going. I've already assigned you a time. Okay? If for some reason that time does not work out, come talk to me. We've got some flexibility to move you around a little bit. Okay? Volleyball, we are going to also baseline test you, even though you're not part of the study. We're going to do that Tuesday morning, okay, out of the PT building. And I will send that schedule to Coach Sal, who will then let you guys know. All right. Next topic is heat illnesses. Okay. We've had a pretty nice summer to be outside, working out, working hard. Okay. I really hope that that continues for the next 2 or 3 weeks. All right. But in the event that we were to get a drastic warm-up, we got to make sure that we're talking about these things. Okay. One is hopefully you have been working out outside in the sun, so you're acclimated to it. I hope these first 3 or 4 days is not your first time in the sun, out in the elements. Okay. If it is, please talk to your coach so that we can bring you along gradually. Okay, but I'm not going to let you get out of testing today. Talk to your coach, and we'll keep a close eye on you. You got to be double. All right, we are going to make sure there are plenty of fluids available all the time. Okay, every opportunity you get a break to drink, please do so. Don't wait until you're thirsty. If you wait till you're thirsty, it's too late. You're already about 2% dehydrated, and it's at 1% dehydration that you start to have physical and mental effects of dehydration. Okay, so drink all the time, drink often. Normally I've given you a bottle at check-in. Okay, those are coming. I hope to have them here by next week, Wednesday to Friday. Okay, I was able to get a higher quality bottle this year for those of you that are returning. But because of that, I had to go outside and I had to get a sponsor for it to slow things down a little bit. Okay, but it will be worth it in the end. In the meantime, please bring a water bottle of your own. We'll give you cups, but certainly the cups are going to be much smaller than a big bottle like that. Okay? Weigh yourself before practice and after practice. For every pound of body weight that you lose, drink 20 ounces of fluid. Okay, and try and do that. Try and get at least 20 ounces within the first 20 minutes, and then each additional 20 ounces after that. Okay, so 1 pound equals 20 ounces of fluid. Okay, your urine should be lighter in color versus dark in color. Okay, oops, I forgot to change the word Gatorade. We will be providing Powerade, okay, for practices and competition, especially when the weather gets warmer and we're sweating a lot more, okay? But if you think you need something in addition to water, please ask. We'll make you up a bottle or whatever you need, okay? All right, cardiac and sickle cell. So that's the first page, okay? All right, so cardiac, okay, we certainly want to make sure that everybody's healthy. You've had a physical attesting that you're healthy. However, those don't catch everything, okay? So, if you ever have any fainting or seizures, or again, someone else on your team, okay, a lot of times these things might not happen until you go back to the dorm and relax, okay? Fainting or seizure activity, chest pain during exercise, unexplained fainting or seizures, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, tiredness, racing heartbeat, dizziness, lightheadedness, anything that is unusual, okay? You need to let us know so that we can address the situation as quickly and as thoroughly as we can. All right, the second part of this is sickle cell. 2 years ago, we started implementing the sickle cell requirement, okay, that all incoming freshmen sign and complete, either that you acknowledge your results or that you're waiving the acknowledgement of your results. This year, it's mandatory by the NCAA, okay? So we're going to watch a short video on that when it comes to the waiver, since the majority of you have signed it.
Exercise include a significant and sudden increase in exercise intensity, a lack of acclimatization before starting intense exercise levels, experiencing distress while at altitude in the heat or poorly hydrated, exercising with acute illness such as with the fever, drug, alcohol, or similar use.
So if an athlete is sickle cell trait positive, they can take certain precautions. Those include primarily staying hydrated. So in studies that they've done with sickle cell trait athletes, they've shown that when somebody remains hydrated, their blood cells don't sickle. So somebody who remains hydrated, drinks a lot of fluid, they're going to get the exact same risk as somebody who doesn't have sickle cell trait. The other thing that athletes need to think about is when they're exercising in the heat. Exercise in the heat puts an extra strain on the body, and so that's when the athlete with sickle cell trait needs to think about, again, staying extra hydrated, really listening to their body, and getting out of the heat, being well conditioned. So you shouldn't go from being not conditioned at all to exercising at full bore, so gradually condition and work your way up. These are all things that the athlete with sickle cell trait needs to think about.
Although all student athletes must receive education regarding sickle cell trait status, you may waive the requirement that your college or university confirm your sickle cell trait status and decline any tests administered for that purpose. However, student athletes who waive confirmation must be provided additional education regarding sickle cell trait. Additionally, if you decline the test to determine your sickle cell status, you will be asked to sign a waiver by your college or university. By signing a waiver, you will agree to voluntarily give up any legal rights you may have, including the right to sue your college or university, and the NCAA as a result of injuries you may suffer as a result of sickle cell trait. You should only sign the waiver once you fully understand the risks of sickle cell trait and are willing to surrender your legal rights in the event you suffer an injury caused by sickle cell trait.
To reduce the risk of a collapse, all exercising individuals, including those with known sickle cell trait, should be counseled to hydrate sufficiently, acclimatize gradually to heat, humidity, and altitude, condition carefully and gradually for up to several weeks before engaging in exhaustive exercise regimens, do not exercise at a level significantly higher than current conditioning level, refrain from extreme exercise during or while recovering from an illness, especially one involving fever. Report your illnesses, injuries, and the use of medications and nutritional supplements. Refrain from consuming high caffeine energy drinks and other stimulants, especially during exercise, as they can mask fatigue and make you exceed workout thresholds. Immediately stop exercise and seek prompt medical care when experiencing unusual physical distress. Knowledge of sickle cell trait status can be a gateway to taking simple precautions that may prevent exercise collapse and allow for optimal performance. Do you know your sickle cell trait status?
All right, so whether you are sickle cell trait positive or not does not have any impact of whether you can participate. You can still participate even if you have sickle cell. It just lets us know as a medical staff to be prepared and keep a close eye on it. Okay? All right, drug testing. As part of Mr. Baker's presentation, you're going to watch a drug testing video. That is the blue form that is in your packet. Okay? You are responsible for what you put in your body. Okay? If you have a positive drug test result, that's on you. Right? We are not giving you supplements. We are not giving you medications. We are not giving you anything that will trigger a positive test. All right? If you are triggering a positive test, it's because you've taken something. Okay? The NCAA, this list is not an all-inclusive list of everything that is banned. These are only examples. Okay, so if you are taking something, you have questions whether it is legal or not, you can go to the website at the bottom of the second page, drugfreesport.com. Okay, enter in the password NCAA3, and it will tell you whether or not you're taking something that is on the banned substance list. Okay. There are some exceptions to it. If you are taking something on the list for medical reasons, there's an exception form that you can fill out. All right, that form is posted on our website, as well as the rest of this information. Okay, if you want to watch it later, or your parents want to watch it to make sure that over to see what you sat through. Okay, that form is on the website. You have your doctor fill it out. Okay, you give it to us. If you trigger a positive test, we show that to the NCAA, and you are good to continue your sport. Okay? All that information that's stapled together is yours to keep. Okay? The last health and safety topic is just general wellness. Okay? Take care of yourself. Okay? When you're sick, all right, if you have a fever, please let us know. Don't come in and get everyone else sick. Okay? If you're not feeling well, come in, talk to us, and we'll give you some advice on what to do. Okay? If you've been sick for a while, you want to talk to our doctor. Again, we can set you up with that. We can get you on some medications, hopefully to get you back to the field as soon as possible. Okay? We're here to help, but you got to let us help you. Our goal is to get you back on the field as quickly and as safely as we can. All right. The last form in front of you is going to be the green one. Okay? This green one is our risk, release, and waiver of liability. Okay? So print your last name, first name, middle initial, make sure we can read it. Okay? And then the sport that you're participating, if you plan on doing a second sport later on, also put that sport. Okay? All right, the first box is you agree to assume full responsibility for the inherent risks identified herein, and those inherent risks not specifically identified. You guys have been playing athletics for a very long time. You know that that comes with risk.